Hello, my name is Louise Jupp for Women and Drones Africa. Welcome to this series of Zoom chats with trailblazing women in the African drone industry. In this series, I'm chatting to women about the roles that they're playing in this industry, finding out how they got here, why they started in the drone industry, some of the challenges they may face, as well as opportunities that they see for girls and women in particular. And I'll also be asking for what key piece of advice they may have to someone who's looking at the industry. There'll also be a couple of other questions as well as we go along. But today I'm delighted to introduce you to Anne Nderitu from Kenya. Hello, Anne.
Hello, Louise. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much for joining me. I'm looking forward to our chat.
Yes, sure.
I think, I know this one is probably always the worst one, but just introduce yourself. Who are you and what do you do?
Okay, so as you said, my name is Anne Nderitu from Kenya. Work with Kenya Flying Labs as a Chief Operations Officer. I'm an aerospace engineer by training, so I studied that in university. And I'm also a licensed drone pilot here in Kenya. So I've been working I've been working in the industry for the past 2 to 3 years, right, for now, up to now, and it's been an exciting experience for me.
Excellent. Okay. What you say you're a pilot? Is that fixed wing or is that multi-rotor?
So my current rating is multi-rotor multi-rotor license. That's what I did back in Malawi. So I had my training in Malawi in the African Drone and Data Academy, where we had a 10 weeks training program that included design, build, and even operations of drones. So it was very inclusive of everything you can imagine in the drone industry. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Did you build your own drone?
Yeah. So I actually did build my own drone. We worked in teams, in groups of 4 people, but we actually built a fixed wing drone and we flew it twice. So it flew so flawless and so seamlessly. I liked it so much. It's in one of my YouTube videos and my social media pages. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So do you think you'll try and get a fixed wing rating to your license? Are you inspired to do that?
Yes, sure. That is something I will do very soon. The drone regulations in Kenya have been passed, and there are training schools here that are being set up. So I'll sure add that rating next year.
Excellent. Okay, we'll have to find out how that goes. Brilliant.
Okay, thank you. I'm excited to add it. I think I'll make it.
Excellent. So you've been in this industry for a couple of years, but I mean, what attracted you? Why? Why did you want to get into this industry?
Okay, so I joined this industry because of the impact I saw from drones in the industry in Africa, especially in Africa. Africa lacks the important infrastructure like roads. Connectivity is very poor in Africa, in most parts of the Africa, especially rural areas. And I saw how most drone companies were actually doing medical deliveries, and I was so impressed by the huge impact that drones, which seem so small but have very good impact to many people. So I thought this is something I can look out and see what are the opportunities that exist. And also something else that also interested me was because the drone industry was very young, especially at that time. It's still very young in Africa, and so that meant there were more opportunities for growth and for people to joining. So that was something I was keen on, to enter into a space that is young, that I can have more opportunities and I can take advantage of.
Okay, yeah, no. That's a very good point about it being new, and you get to make a mark.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it gives me an opportunity to make a mark. It gives me an opportunity to work in areas that impact people directly, the community. When you say medical deliveries, or maybe you're doing disaster management, it's all the things that affect so many people. So I like the fact that drones give me the opportunity, and it's just an industry that has potential to make an impact to people in Africa,
Especially what, sorry?
Yeah, I'm saying especially in Africa because we are still a developing continent, and there's still many infrastructures that we can leapfrog using drones.
Absolutely. I mean, you say, we said this gives you an opportunity to make a mark, and you have. I mean, this year you won the Women in Drones Global Ambassador Award.
Yes, sure, Louise. So that came at a very interesting opportunity. I did make an application, and I almost forgot about it until I received the email that I had won the award. So this makes me feel very humble, and I'm grateful that I can be able to inspire other young women like me, and other industry, because it shows that there's potential, and that women in Africa are also making an impact in the industry, and they're growing, and they're doing the best they can. So it was a very good award. It has definitely elevated my it has elevated my position, and more people have heard of the work I'm doing, which I'm very grateful for.
Oh no, it was excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, I mean, it's interesting, the projects, or certainly the sort of focus that were mentioned with the award, the connectivity and cholera.
So as Kenya Flying Labs, we are actually working on a cholera hypersurveillance project. So that means we are creating a surveillance project where policymakers, health workers, and other people in the health industry can be able to predict outbreaks of cholera in anywhere in Africa. So we are using drone data, we're using aerial imagery, we're using data from health clinics, and also just mapping out the different areas. And that way we are able to see how can we be able to best predict cholera cases before they occur. So this is very helpful to all stakeholders in the health industry, and then before an outbreak, they're able to predict that, and therefore mitigation, and therefore they can be able to mitigate the effects and reduce the number of cholera cases and also deaths. So that's one of the projects that we're very passionate about right now.
Okay, no, it's an important one. But yeah, okay. You've sort of said what's attracted you to the drone industry, but what keeps you in it? Why are you still here, so to speak?
The drone industry it's very, very interesting. I would like to say so. So it means that every single day I'm learning something new. It never becomes boring. You never know too much. Like you never feel like you've reached a point where you can't learn anymore. There's always a new drone manufacturing company that you learn of. There's always maybe a new use case that you hear some people using a drone and you're like, oh wow, I didn't think about that. There's always something new cropping up, and that keeps me on my toes. I love that. I love the challenge of being in the industry. Like for example, this year when COVID-19 pandemic, when the number of cases started rising, you saw a lot of interest in the drone industry. Like it's like even governments, it's like they didn't know the drones existed until then. Then they're like, oh no, I think we can use the drones for public sensitization. Maybe we can use the drones for medical deliveries. Maybe we can use the drones for sanitization of public areas. So there was very huge interest, and I think because the industry never gets boring, it just keeps me interested. And also I think also the fact that the industry keeps growing, it's not stagnating, it's not going down, it keeps me interested being in the industry.
Yeah, no, very good points. I mean, yeah, it's changing all the time and it's evolving all the time, yeah, it's very exciting to be in it.
Yeah. It's a very exciting time to be in it.
Mm. Based on where you are today, what sort of roles do you see that women are playing now in the industry?
Thank you for that question. I think women are taking part in the drone industry in various capacities and in different sectors of the drone industry. We have CEOs, we have executives, engineers, pilots, and even technicians. So I've met a lot of different women doing amazing things in wherever they are. There are women who are doing precision agriculture. There's those who are in medical deliveries, photography, all the use cases that you can think of in the drone industry. So I think women are a very important, they're taking a very important role, and they're shaping how the drone industry is progressing, even here in Africa.
Mm. Yeah, no, I agree entirely based on the women I've spoken to so far in this series. There's the roles that are being played are wide, and it's fantastic to hear what's being done. So, I mean, that's what you're seeing now. What kind of opportunities do you see for girls in particular, women, anybody in this industry?
Yeah, so I think that's a very good question. I think there are very many opportunities. As I said before, that the industry is expanding, and that means when an industry is expanding, it means there are more opportunities for more people to join, and even for those who are in it, there are opportunities for them to grow in it. So I think one of the opportunities that women can jump in is the business side of the drone industry. I think I would like to see more women becoming entrepreneurs and founders of companies and creating even more opportunities for women. So because once a woman, once it's a woman founder, once a woman is the owner of the business, they're more likely to employ women as well in their company. So I think that will create more opportunities for fellow women in the industry. I think also I would like to see more women as policymakers in the government, and this will influence the policies that will highly push the equality agenda so that we can see more women joining the industry. We will have more favorable policies and roles, which means that the industry will grow in a favorable way for women.
That's a good one. I like the idea of policymakers. Yeah, that's a very important one. Yeah. I'm curious, when you went to the drone academy in Malawi, what would you say was the split between men and women?
So the African Drone and Data Academy had a very good split. Mm-hmm. We were actually more women compared to men. I think they had made sure of that. Yeah. So we were 15 women versus 10 men. We were a class of 25. Yeah. Yeah. So outnumbered the men in every way you can think of, which was very fantastic. I met very amazing women who are doing amazing things across Africa in the drone industry.
Okay. Oh, that's an excellent split. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you run education programs locally with schools, awareness programs?
Yeah. So as Kenya Flying Labs, we are partnering with GADA, which is Global AI and Data Academy, and sorry. What we're doing is we are creating programs for children to train and to introduce them to drones and robotics knowledge in their young age. So between age 6 to maybe age 18. So those are the programs we have for young children. Yeah.
And if I may ask, you got an idea on the kind of split there?
No. I can't give. Yeah, And also maybe that one we may not be able to control as much because it means it's the parents who have to, like bring their children to us. So we may advertise as much to different schools, but it's the interest that comes back to us. But I can't give a figure at the moment.
Okay. No, sorry, I put you on the spot a little bit there. but I mean, you make a point there, because this is my next question, which is, I mean, have you encountered any particular challenges in your journey in the drone industry, and perhaps see challenges that others face?
Okay, so when I was starting out, I think it was a very lone industry, and what I mean is that there were very few projects, there were very few people who actually knew what drones do. People just thought drones is just for videos and photography. People, when you tell someone about a drone, they only think about do you go to weddings to do a shoot? That's the kind of thing that came to people. So I didn't have so much knowledge and so many people to talk to, because there was just very limited knowledge in the drone industry. So it was very hard for me to enter and succeed in it, like to grow and progress in it, since the knowledge was very limited. I think also another challenge has been the drone regulations, the lack of drone regulations in most of the African countries. And luckily, Kenya, the drone regulations were just published this year, and there's still more work to be done before people can actually start, using them. Like, it's still a work in progress. So I think the drone regulations are a bit of, they're a big challenge to many people, because that means your activities are limited. Everything is so limited. Even the Civil Aviation Authority themselves, they don't know how to regulate the drone industry, because no regulations exist. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. It is a common thing, a sort of frustration with the regulations around the world. It's not unusual to us.
Yeah. It's not.
I mean, you've had a nice experience, perhaps meeting other women from around the continent when you were at the academy. But what's your sort of view on the drone scene in general in Africa? How do you see that?
I think how I see the drone industry is women are very highly underrepresented. I find very few women everywhere I go, apart from the African Drone and Data Academy, which I think it was, they had actually done, it was their own effort to bring more women. But in any space you go, you'll just find very, very few women in the industry. And I state that as a challenge because I think women are many, women are more than men, but when it comes to the tech field, we just don't have as many women, very few, very, very, very few, like, maybe less than a third of the people in the industry. So I think we need to do more as the leaders and as the women who are already in the industry. We need to do more mentorships, more workshops. Maybe we can talk to even students in colleges and in high schools, because this industry didn't exist a decade ago. So not many people know that you can actually build a full career in this industry. So I think more needs to be done to bring equality to the industry. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree entirely. I mean, we are ambassadors, those of us in the industry now, and it's really important to bring through other people. So, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so what advice would you offer to someone who is looking at the industry today and they're not sure how to start, or if they should start, or why they should start?
Okay, I think this is a very good industry to join. That is number one. That's what I think. Maybe I'll be biased because I'm already in it, but since it's a young and growing industry, it means that there are more opportunities for you to grab, and there are more things that you can be able to do. There are more areas that you can be innovative and come up with a new thing, because it's still growing. But just as any other career, I think you need to be also very patient. You need to learn to network with people, and this will help you to know as many people who are already in the industry, and also to know what gaps exist in the industry, so that you can be able to fill that gap and come up with something that fulfills needs for people.
Okay.
Yeah, but as long as you're patient and you're very consistent in the industry, I think you can be able to reap the benefits. You can be able to reap the benefits and build a very solid career in it.
Okay, no, that's good advice. If someone wanted to get hold of you, you know, sort of like, you know, was interested in what you've said today and just wants to reach out to you, how's the best way that someone could do that? Would it be through LinkedIn or email or something like that?
Yes, sure. You can I don't know if you can attach my email anywhere. That would be
yes,
okay.
I will, yes.
Yeah, and also LinkedIn. I'm very active there, so someone can reach out to me through LinkedIn. Yeah, my name is Anne Nderitu.
Okay, thank you. I'll add that to the video. Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you very much for your time today. Enjoyed chatting to you. Anything else to say before I finish?
I'm just very excited that I took part in this video series, and I hope that my few words will be an encouragement to someone, both women and men who are looking to join this drone industry. I think it's very exciting, and yeah, let's build the industry in Africa and see where we can take it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Be nice to chat again end of next year and see what's happened.
Yes, sure. I'll be excited to talk about it. Hopefully, it will even be a better year in 2021.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, great. Thank you very much once again. Really enjoyed chatting to you, and thank you for your time. If I just sign off to the audience, thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed meeting Anne. Look out for more Zoom chats with trailblazing women in the African drone industry. In the meantime, keep safe and keep well. Thank you.